What's good, everyone? Thank you for joining me. This is Label Free Podcast, and I'm your host, Deanna Kemple. I want to thank you, everyone, for your support last year. This is season 2. Happy New Year's. It is 2020, and we've got some great things in store for us this year. I just want to do a quick recap on what my podcast is all about and what you have to look forward to this coming year. It's called Label Free because I really feel to live your best life, we must live label free. And that means to break out of societal standards and not become a cookie cutter version of everyone else. And we all have struggles. We all feel that we have to be a certain way. And this season, I'm going to talk to more dynamic people that have gone through a lot of struggles and have overcome them and have achieved so many fantastic things. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about my struggles because I want you to be able to emotionally connect with me and understand why I'm doing this, why I have this podcast, and what I'm trying to accomplish with it. I have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations myself in my life, as everyone has. There was a time when I had a friend tell me that they would have been balled up in the corner if they had gone through some of the things that I went through, and I persevered and I chose to continue to rise above that. And I really hope with my podcast and the people that I have as my guests that I'm able to inspire, encourage, and just let people know that there's have hope, have faith. You're going to make it. Continue to pursue those dreams no matter how hard they might seem and no matter how impossible you think that it will be, because there is always a resolution. There is always a way to get to that end goal. I'm just going to recap about 2019. As most of you know that are my guests, and thank you for all of those that have supported me with this podcast, and I hope to continue to grow my audience. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about or anyone that you'd like me to have as a guest on here, please reach out and let me know. Or if you have any comments or concerns, I have my email address. You can contact me directly or my phone number. So please don't hesitate. I don't bite. But in 2019, I did a lot of amazing things. I was a fashion designer, which I loved, but fashion broke my heart. I did 3 collections. When I set out to become a fashion designer, I said I'm going to do 3 collections, and if I do not succeed, I'm going to stop, because it is a very costly, a very expensive industry to get into, and I feel that you have to have really bottomless pockets to become successful at it and really find a heavy or an intense marketing strategy. But I was on the runway several times. I created and designed 3 beautiful collections. And my last collection was a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit more like edgier, which I loved. It's so much fun, that whole design process. I am more of a creative. I do have a strong business background as well, so I kind of have both. I'm a little bit more balanced when it comes to just how I operate, which I'm blessed for. I prefer the creative side. It's a lot more fun. But with my 3rd collection, I did center it around a charity event that I did, which was a success. It was an event against human trafficking, which a lot of you that are my listeners know. That is one thing I'm incredibly proud of in 2019, was creating and following through with that event. And anyone that's in event planning, I know how hard it is after doing that. I had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, but I was so blessed by the amount of people that came together to join me in that cause and to create the awareness around such a heavy issue in not only our country, in Illinois alone, in Chicagoland, but in the entire world. So I am very, very proud of that. That was a great experience, and all the people that came together. And after the fact, all the people that came together because of that event and have done things together, it just warms my heart that I was able to create that movement. Aside from that, I have I'm getting back into bodybuilding. I am a bodybuilder, so this next year I am going to be competing fearlessly, and it will be my last season because it is such a commitment. I also came to a lot of peace in my life. For those of you that know me and those of you that are now just tuning in and supporting this podcast and wanting to know a little bit about me, I was married. My husband and I were together for about 17 years. He actually passed away 4 years ago. Actually, here shortly in the next couple days, it'll be 4 years. And he did not exactly leave me in the best way. And I will talk a little bit more about that moving forward. And I had to rebuild my life. And rebuilding my life this day and age with social media and dating apps and everything, and just having to come to terms with the lifestyle that I had and the lifestyle that I'm going to create for myself by myself was a very epic journey emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically. So, I mean, I did struggle with some depression. Last year of 2018, the last 6 months, I was drinking really heavily. I did not show up to any holidays. I kind of disappeared for the last couple weeks of 2018 because I had to deal with the grief. After my husband passed away, I had just jumped into wanting to get into fashion and just kind of chasing my dreams, really, and I didn't allow myself that time to grieve. So this last year has been a journey of peace, acceptance, forgiveness, and just wanting to live my best life. And when I think of living my best life, I think of not allowing anyone to put any restrictions on me, put any type of judgments on me, because people are very judgmental. And I tend to notice that people are more judgmental when they are not happy. And I can give some examples that I've gone through personally, and I've been there too. When I was an unhappy person, I tend to judge more and be a little bit more harsh on other people. So 2019 has really gotten me ready and geared me up for a fantastic 2020. I am so excited for what this year is going to bring. It almost brings me to tears because it has been such a crazy journey. I did not have the best childhood either. I had a father that was a deadbeat who had left me and my 4 siblings and my mother. He didn't pay child support. So there's that story in itself and that struggle, but we're not going to focus on that right now. We can bring that up over this next season when I talk to other people that will relate to that and just kind of understand a little bit more about me and what has brought me to where I am today. I started this podcast because I wanted to inspire people. I wanted to let others know, whether you're male, female, wherever you are in your life, that there is hope. Have faith, because what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up, and you will get through it. It might not seem like it in the moment, but you will get through it. So I've got some great guests lined up, and I know I'm going to have even more guests. This podcast is more about society and culture, and just more on an inspirational note. So I really aim to touch your lives in a positive way and hopefully inspire you to go after that dream, or go talk to that person that you want to talk to, or confront some issues that you've had in your life that you need to deal with and move past, because life is really too short. When I watched my husband basically die in front of my eyes, it really changed my perspective on life. And I have always been a very carefree, free spirit. And it made me even more real going through that experience with my husband and watching him just, lose his battle with life day in and day out for the last 2.5 years of his life, made me realize how precious our time here is on this earth and how important it is to make those good connections with other human beings. And even when I'm having a bad day or experiencing something bad, I try to bring myself back to a place of gratitude and just be grateful that I'm able to take another breath. I'm able to be around people that I love. I'm able to go do those things that I love to do and live a healthy lifestyle. It is so important to be grateful. And the struggle is real, I know, but it's not forever. And when you can kind of find that joy in every little thing in life, it makes life a lot easier. So to a fantastic season 2, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and to share. And please interact with me. Let me know what you want to me to talk about, or who you'd like me to talk about, what kind of backgrounds you want me to talk about, because this is all about inspiring you and hearing good stories that will allow you to break free from anything that's holding you back. So thanks for tuning into Label Free Podcast. This is your host, Deanna Kemple, and I look forward to sharing my guests with you and our stories.